This is a paid advertisement for CSN.
You know, usually by this time in the Silver Eagle cycle, which is just right at the very end here of our pre-sale, if you will, I have a pretty good idea what is going on, what was going on. But what I can tell you is 2023 has surprised us unlike anything I've seen in years and years and years. We assumed this would, of course, be a good year. It's the new Silver Eagle. It's always a good seller, all that other stuff. What we didn't realize is the incredible volume. This is my final pre-sale presentation that you're going to see right here, right now. This is the final opportunity that you're going to have. Basically, it's $79.95 for our First Strike coins, our exclusive CSN First Strike. And there's a lot of reasons for that. The first reason is silver. I don't know if you've been paying attention. Silver has been absolutely, positively exploding. Silver in the last couple of months, not even a couple of months, 6 weeks probably, is up, 25%? Is that right? Almost 30%. So silver has been exploding. Premiums have been exploding. And that is something that increases the price of the Silver Eagle dramatically. Our price not gone up at all. We've been able to hold and are holding $79.95 right here. But this is the final opportunity. This is my final presentation that we're going to be able to do for the 2023s at the special $79.95. The only way you can buy that for less, of course, is if you buy the 20-count box that you have right here, and we sell so many of them in 20 counts. You can save $5, save $100 on 20 coins, $5 a coin. The item number's down there at the bottom of your screen, $14.99.80. Now, I'm trying to figure out, look, I understand silver's exploding, people are excited and all that, but I'm trying to understand what else is happening in the marketplace. The United States Mint is having trouble. Okay? It's the only way to say it. They are unable to keep up with demand in any way, shape, or form for the silver, for anything. But the Silver Eagle is particularly being affected, is specifically being affected. So during this, we are finally, I'm getting information from the United States Mint, what about allocations? How many are they going to make? All of those things. Well, first things first. First allocation is going to be okay. And a First Strike coin has to come out of that first allocation, but it's already completely and totally sold out. But here's the crazy part. And this is why you need to strike now while the iron's hot. Strike now while they're $79.95 or $75 if you buy $74.95 if you buy the 20-count box. Because the Mint has already announced that their allocations, their shipments, which traditionally for decades and decades and decades, they shipped every week. They've already announced they're going to ship only every other week. They're going to ship only every other week. And here's the more important part. Not only are they making half the shipments that they traditionally do over the course of the year, they have cut that allocation by 50, 60, 70, 80% compared to years past. This is, I think, going to end up being one of the rarest regular issue Silver Eagles put out by the United States Mint, certainly in the last 15 to almost 20 years. This coin right here will be vastly underproduced. And as that happens, of course, and silver continues to go up, $79.95 will absolutely, positively disappear. We have already started seeing some of this movement in the marketplace today. And in this, my final presentation, pre-sale presentation, and then kind of the real world strikes. This is all stuff that we committed to, that we locked in. I mean, literally, for the quantities we buy, $1 million worth of silver ago, okay? Because we locked in at that price that was 15, 20, 25% less than it is now. And so for me to go into the marketplace, even today, even as I'm doing this presentation, we're going to be looking at $89.95, $94. I'm already seeing out there $120, $130, as high as $160 for Mint State 70, absolutely perfect 2023 American Silver Eagles. People are already starting to anticipate the shortages that are going to happen throughout the year. And I think those shortages are systemic. And here's what I mean by that. So the United States government traditionally, by the first of the year, has not only going to release the 2023 Mint State Silver Eagle, but they already usually have released the Proof Silver Eagle. Well, they have already announced that they are not going to release the Proof Silver Eagle until at the very earliest, the end of February. That's the earliest. That's actually one of the latest releases they have ever done. But here's the problem with that. When I say that the shortages in the American Silver Eagle are systemic, we already know that they can't produce enough of these. We already know that they are going to vastly underproduce the Proof Silver Eagle. So much so that we basically know how many they're going to make. And here's the problem. I think many of you out there are familiar with the Mint's subscription program, okay? Where you can subscribe to get one or two American. Those Silver Eagles, the Proof Silver Eagles, at the end of February are already sold out by the subscription, already sold out. The S-Mints that will come out in September or October are already sold out. The burnished Silver Eagles for this year, because of the subscription program, already sold out. They're going to make Morgan and Peace silver dollars, already sold out. Every one of their 1 ounce silver dollar coins are sold out already for the year before they're made, months before they're made, months and months and months before they're made. This first allocation sold out, second allocation sold out. And remember, those allocations are every other week. I think people are already committing to regular issue American Silver Eagles like this that are going to be released in February. In February is what you're looking at this point. These shortages are just not known throughout the marketplace. Therein lies the problem. You are getting, in essence, pre-information. This is information, I mean, hot off the press. And even given that information, we've held our price at only $79.95. Now, a couple of things about this. When it comes to collecting American Silver Eagles, remember, the United States government does not sell Mint State American Silver Eagles directly to the United States public. They only sell them through a series of what are called authorized purchasers, APs. There's only a dozen of them. Okay, these coins, of course, we bought from one of our preferred APs. We're in that system of being able to get these coins. Those coins are uncertified and ungraded and are already bringing massive premiums. Traditionally, the premium, because like I said, the Mint doesn't sell it to the public. The premium to the price of silver is usually 10 to 15%. It is running closer to 50, 60, 70, 80%, and that is with silver exploding. Understand what that has done to the premiums. And even in the face of those increased premiums and increased price of silver, the demand for American Silver Eagles has absolutely skyrocketed. And some of that, a lot of that, has to do with the fact that there's just a physical shortage of silver in the world. We are currently, folks, and this is very important, we are currently in silver deficit and have been for well over a year now. And what silver deficit means is that we are using more silver than is mined or refined throughout the entire world. Now understand, the American Silver Eagle mintage doesn't affect, it's a drop in the bucket for the world's silver supply, but you still have to get the planchets, the blanks, to make these coins out of that world's silver supply. And when they're running, are you ready for this? 20 million ounces per month short. You understand the United States Mint. It's to some degree completely and totally 100% out of their control. They can't get enough silver. Look, they'd love to make double the Silver Eagles, triple the Silver Eagles. They'd like to increase the mintage of the Proof Silver Eagle by 100%, 200%, 300%. The silver does not exist. They have talked for years about not only doing an American Silver Eagle, but a fraction fractional American Silver Eagle set. Do the 10th ounce, quarter ounce, half ounce, 1 ounce. They haven't had the silver to do that for the last 3 years. They canceled the Morgan and Peace silver dollars from last year, from 2022, from the United States Mint. Why? Because they didn't want to make them? No. They couldn't get the silver. So that is exacerbating this situation where the United States Mint clearly is not making it. And basically, look, the United States Mint is not making anything, excuse me, in the Silver Eagles, other than they're not doing really anything significant until the end of February at the very least. So not only is this coin in shortage, not only is silver in shortage, but this will be the only really important collectible United States Mint product out for almost the first quarter of the year. The demand on this, the pressure on this coin is going to do nothing but increase. And then what happens if silver goes up another 30%, or silver goes up 50%, or silver just goes back to the traditional gold-silver ratio? And I know people are going, well, how does that affect? It affects everything. Understand, if you take all the gold in the world, and I know these are silver, but if you take all the gold in the world that have been mined that you can put your hands on, it would just about fit in this studio. If you take all the silver that has ever been mined in human history that you can actually put your hands on, it would also just about fit in this studio. They are roughly equal. The reason is silver gets used. It has manufacturing purposes in circuits and solar panels and all kinds of stuff where it is basically destroyed and it disappears. It disappears into landfills and all these other things, and it's just not recoverable. They estimate that all of the known silver reserves will be mined out by 2035. So all of that starts hitting in, and then you have this, like I said, the gold-silver ratio, which traditionally has been 30 to 1. In other words, you take the price of gold, 1/30th of that is the price of silver. Currently, the gold-silver ratio is closer to 90. Close to 90. If it just goes back to the traditional 30 to 1, you will have a 300% increase in the price of silver. Now, how does that affect this? It affects the ability to get these coins. It affects the United States Mint ability to mint these coins. And so what you have right here sitting in front of you right now is an opportunity to still get these coins, our exclusive coins, our perfect coins. I'll speak to that here in 1 second. Our perfect coins at our original issue price. Even in the face of all that information, even in the face of what is absolutely verified and verifiable shortages of United States American Silver Eagles, we are still selling our exclusive First Strike coins. You can only buy those here at CSN. Perfect coins for the same price that we released them for 3 weeks ago, even though silver has gone up so dramatically. We have held our price. This is my final presentation for First Strike American Silver Eagles at $79.95. Please keep that in mind. We have held our price in the face of shortages, in the face of rising silver prices, but understand our quantities, as this is my final presentation, are absolutely, positively not unlimited. I want to also speak to the Mint State 70 for those of you that might be just joining. All of our regular customers are already on the phone. They've bought one. They've saved themselves $100 and bought the 20-pack that you have right here as well to be able to have this, to present this to children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews from their aunts and uncles and grandfathers and grandmothers to their grandchildren. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to pass down to future generations. But the Mint State 70 is important because remember, in coin collecting as in any collecting, what's the single most important determining factor of value? Condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. Period. Higher the grade, the more it's worth. Mint State 70. So let's just go back to the first year of issue, 1986. In Mint State 69, a beautiful coin. Looks, you could barely tell the difference from this. 1986, first year of issue is going to be about $100 in Mint State 69, but in Mint State 70, that's $1,000. It's $1,500. What's the difference? Grade. The United States government is going to make, even in the shortage, is going to make a fair number of these. Only a tiny percentage, a fraction of them are absolutely, positively Mint State perfect. Now you take that, which is this tiny little population of perfect coins. So here is the universe of American Silver Eagles. It should be like this, but it's like this. Now you take the Mint State 70s, and they're about this big. Now you take the Annex First Strike Mint State 70s, and they're like this. It is this tiny little slice, this tiny little tranche of what is already a collectible and desirable, and I think undervalued coin because people do not have the information. Well, folks, you have the information. You have the information at your fingertips. All you have to do is pick up and call. And here's what you get. You get the brand new 2023 American Silver Eagle. And I can tell you, as soon as this information starts coming to bear, as soon as the United States Mint all of a sudden is only releasing coins every other week, as soon as if silver continues to move, I mean, then it's Katie bar the door. If silver continues to make this accelerated rise, and as I'm like I said, I am this is my final presentation today. Today, silver was up like 3%. Today. After an already 30% rise over about the last 6 or 8 weeks. So you have to understand what your opportunity is, because we have held our price in the face of that 30% increase in silver, in the face of premiums that these coins sell for uncertified and ungraded directly from the authorized purchasers at premiums that are at all-time highs. It's supplies that look like they're going to be at all-time lows. In the face of silver, worldwide silver deficit, you get the single most popular coin in the world at the same price we had 4 weeks ago, the same price we had 5 weeks ago. But you absolutely, positively must pick up the phone and get in now. We have all the designators of value. 2023, check. Mint State 70, absolutely perfect. So we know it's the highest possible quality collectible. Check. You're going to have First Strike, the exclusive presentation and the exclusive designation for the perfect American Silver Eagle that is only available one place and one place only, exclusively here at CSN. Now understand, at $79.95, you are, for First Strike American 2023 Silver Eagles, paying the guaranteed lowest price, with one exception. And that exception is if you buy the 20 count. The number's at the bottom of your screen. You can save $5 per coin. You save $100 a box. You save $100 a box. And from my initial presentation, that was, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, something like that, to today, silver has gone up dramatically. We understand that there's shortages. We're still in silver deficit. We know all that. Our price has gone up 0. It's the same exact price, but this is for limited quantities. It is only the coins that we have already committed to. See, what happens is we pre-bought these coins, fortunately, 20% silver ago. Now you get the chance to do the same exact thing. It's like going back in time. You can buy perfect American Silver Eagles at the price that we had literally 6 weeks ago. There is nobody else that is doing that. There is nobody else that has held their price for 6 weeks solid, even in the face of, like I said, all these rising silver prices, the shortage of what's going to happen with American Silver Eagles. But the key is this. Please remember, you must pick up the phone and get in right now. This is my absolute and last and final presentation in our pre-sale where I can hold this price at $79.95. Assure your silver future and get on the phone and get your American Silver Eagles today. You know, if you've been following us here on CSN for any amount of time whatsoever, you've heard me expounding and extrapolating all of the information about the brand new 2023 American Silver Eagle and all of the things I've been talking about. And if you're just joining in for the very first time, welcome. And so I'm going to expound and extrapolate yet again. The 2023 Silver Eagle, I think, is going to take everybody by surprise. We're finally getting enough information where it's not really surprising to me, because we're kind of at the forefront of all this, but there's a lot of people in this industry that are going to be very, very surprised by what happens with the 2023 Eagle. So let's start with what exactly do we have here? Well, what we have here is a perfect American Silver Eagle. Because remember, in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? Its condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And in coins, we grade on a 70-point scale, not a 100-point scale. So mint state 70 is perfect. There's no mint state 71 or 70.1. And perfection matters. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. Just go back to a 1986 Silver Eagle. Regular Silver Eagle, $100. Mint state 70. In NGC, $3,000 to $5,000. $3,000 to $5,000. The difference, grade. So it's perfect. It's also early release, and that's very important in terms of the information I have been extrapolating, if you will, out there. And here's what it is. The United States Mint has finally announced kind of its allocation, its release schedule. The first release is okay. It's short of where everybody had hoped it was going to be in terms of quantity. It's already spoken for. It's long gone. So early release means it's going to be, in essence, one of those first allocation coins. So one of the first coins that have been released. Here's the issue, the other information that has been adding into this perfect American Silver Eagle. By the way, PSS is Premium Select Series, which is Premier Select Series, which is 100% exclusive to us here at CSN. It is one of the rarest NGC designations to go back to allocations from the United States Mint. Normally, remember, the United States Mint does not sell mint state Silver Eagles directly to the American public. They only sell them through a series of what are called authorized purchasers, APs, if you will. There's only a dozen of them. Okay? And so they, in essence, supply the world, if you will. They're the distributors to some degree. Fortunately, we are in that distribution chain, and it's important. Traditionally, the United States Mint, to those APs, releases an allocation or an allotment of American Silver Eagles every single week. They've already announced that they are only going to do it every other week this year. That, just by form and function, should decrease the mintage, the expected mintage of the 2023 American Silver Eagle by 50%. By 50%. So that is this is part of the surprise that people are going to find out. All of a sudden, these coins are going to be gone. Secondly, if you've been following along, the price of silver has been starting to affect these coins dramatically. Dramatically. We are in silver deficit, folks, and have been for over a year now. Let me explain to you what silver deficit is. It means that in the entire world, not just coins, but everything in the world, we are using more silver than is being mined and refined throughout the world, to the tune of 20 million ounces per month. That's 250 million ounces short in 1 year. Where does that silver come from, this shortage? From all the silver depositories all around the world, COMEX, wherever it is. That is why, folks, that in terms of physical gold and silver that you can literally put your hands on, they are almost equal in the world. There's a little bit more silver, but not a lot. People do not understand quite how rare silver is. And the American Silver Eagle is the benchmark silver coin in the world. This is the coin that everybody looks to. The problem is in this year, in 2023, I think we are going to see vast silver shortages and vast Silver Eagle shortages. What that is going to do as demand drives up, and then behind all this, we've got silver in the last, 6 or 8 weeks up almost 30%, 25%. So you have incredibly increasing silver. You've got a decrease in American Silver Eagle supply. And so what have we done here at CSN? In my only exclusive NGC pre-sale presentation of our exclusive PSS early release, what are we doing? We're holding the exact price that we've set. Look, the major grading companies, 3 major grading companies, PCGS, NGC, and Annex. We sell all three, and we sell all three for the exact same price. So people say, well, how about this? They're the same price. $79.95. We have our Annex First Strike, 100% exclusive, is $79.95. You go to shopcsntv.com if you want to do that. You're going to have NGC, PSS, 100% exclusive to us here at CSN in the 2023 early release Silver Eagle, $79.95. There is only one way and one way only you can get it for less than $79.95. 20-pack. Right here, directly from us, you can save $5 a coin. 20 coins saves you $100. Save a $100 bill when you get the 20-pack. And you're going, well, who buys 20? Said, interestingly enough, many of our customers, almost a majority of our customers, do buy 20. Because this type of a coin, this Silver Eagle, in absolutely perfect condition, in an exclusive presentation as well, that is the kind of collectible that you pass down from generation to generation to generations. Fathers and mothers to sons and daughters and nieces and nephews, from aunts and uncles and grandparents to their grandchildren. This is what you pass down. This precious metal, this asset allocation, this silver hoard, if you will. That is what, over 1 full pound of silver in there, but it is then minted and produced and presented in the most popular form of silver coin in the world today, the American Silver Eagle, with the brand new design, only the second full year with the new Eagle in flight design, still very early in the new design with this. You want to be in on the early side of this. But it's not just getting in. I have now given you all this information. You have the information at your fingertips. You understand things that most people, including many coin dealers, do not understand. Silver deficit, a lot of people know about that. The fact that silver, I think, is still vastly undervalued, particularly compared to gold. So you've got that backdrop, that intrinsic value. But then you have the collectible value of the American Silver Eagle. Released now for we're moving on a half century of the American Silver Eagle. The brand new Silver Eagle design each and every year is eagerly anticipated. What we have come to expect over the years is the United States government will make this in vast quantities. What we understand now is that will not be the case this year. This could well be the rarest American Silver Eagle, the rarest American Silver Eagle in the last 15 years, in my opinion. Keep in mind, every Silver Eagle that the United States government is going to make this year is already pre-sold out, both the Proof Silver Eagles and the Burnished Silver Eagle. It is pre-sold out in their allocation program. This is the only major release from the United States government in the first 2 to 3 months of the year. The pressure on this coin will be immense. But what have we done? We have held our pre-release price because we locked in the silver 20% ago. But this is my final and last pre-sale presentation where I can guarantee $79.95, the lowest possible price, unless, of course, you buy the 20-pack. You can save $100 on the 20 coins when you buy the 20-pack. Everything about this, 100% exclusive to us here at CSN. Get your perfect Silver Eagles. Get the rarest years. Get your silver. But you have to get it now. If you are ready to build your collection, to build your own silver reserves, you must get on the phone and call right now.
This was a paid advertisement for CSN.